What's up YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. So if you've been watching my previous videos, you'll know the last couple of weeks I've been battling this windshield leak, basically water going from the outside into the inside of the Land Cruiser. After a couple weeks of rain, soggy carpets, tearing the interior apart, I finally got it fixed. And let me tell you, it was not fun at all. So this week I decided to work on something that's a little bit more enjoyable, both for me and you. The other day, I was at my local pick-your part picking up something non-Land Cruiser related, but to my delight, I found a 100 series Land Cruiser in the yard. Since you're probably a Land Cruiser owner already, you'll know how difficult it is to find one of these guys in the yard. Unfortunately, this one had been in a terrible wreck. The whole front end was gone, and the interior was pretty stripped by the time I got there. But lucky me, I was still able to recover this guy. So if you guys don't know what this is the inside of the Lexus armrest, the LX470. And what's sweet is it comes with the cool cup holders. So I was hoping this would fit into the Land Cruiser. I'm about to find out. As far as I know, these cup holders only came in the Lexus version of the 100 series, the LX470. They never made it to the Land Cruiser. And to buy it from the dealer, I believe it was very expensive because it came with the actual leather piece, the top of the armrest as well. But fortunately for me, this guy, without the actual leather armrest piece, only cost me $3 at the junkyard, which is, I think, a pretty good deal. Taking it out wasn't too bad, but there was one part that was kind of tricky, which I think was worthy of its own video. So if you're interested in putting Lexus cup holders into your Toyota Land Cruiser, stay tuned. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, so this is the stock armrest on my Land Cruiser. As you can see, it is gray leather interior, which actually the leather is still pretty good on this armrest. The one that I picked out from the junkyard was tan interior. However, the leather was all cracked on the edges and stuff, but that doesn't matter. First off, what you want to do is open the top of the center console, not the big one, but just the little one on the top. And what you see here is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 little screws that will have to come out. So now with the 4 screws out, the lid should just lift off from behind. And there you have it, the lid to the center console. First, let's take a look at the stock one off of my Land Cruiser. Obviously, the top is going to be the same. Underneath, you can see it actually dents inwards, allowing more space for you to put stuff on the top. Other than that, the latch looks very similar to the Lexus version. I don't think there's any difference here. Now, if you wanted to compare, you can see the Lexus one is exactly the same shape. You've also got the 3 holes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 for the screw, 1 for the centering piece of plastic. But as you can see, this guy, the actual cup holder mechanism, tucks into the top of the cover, which is kind of nice, which means that I can still use that little shallow tray. It'll be a little shallower than before with the cup holders taking up a little bit of the space, but I think it should be fine. If you look closely, you'll notice that there are actually no screws holding this interior plastic piece to the outside leather. Like, there is nothing that's visible that's holding it in place. So that is the tricky part that I had to find out in the junkyard. But luckily, I think we should be able to do it with this guy. But before we do that, let's give the Lexus cup holders a good cleaning. So now that this guy is decently clean, let's move this to the side and work on the Land Cruiser piece. Actually, let me show you guys this on the Lexus cup holder piece. So this is the back side of the cup holder. So this is the surface that goes up against the the armrest itself. And if you notice, there's like these little tabs that look like they're little melted plastic or whatever. And what I believe is these guys had glue just glued onto the leather piece. So what I did before was just get something to pry it with, gently of course, making sure not to break the leather or scratch it up in any way. And that way it just pops out. So I'm going to try to do this on my good piece from the Land Cruiser that I will be reusing. Hopefully it won't break. Well, actually, that was somewhat anticlimactic. It just kind of popped right out. So once you pop it out, you want to slide it backwards and ta-da! It came out. So you can see on the inside of the leather piece, you've got these little points, I guess, where the plastic actually is stuck onto and is glued. So that's what you have to break. But obviously, being a Southern California car all its life, I'm sure the heat took care of most of the glue itself. When you remove these guys, just be careful. It actually slides backwards. So once you break the glue loose, lift up slightly and then pull back, because the front actually goes underneath the little latch mechanism. Before I can install the cup holder into the Land Cruiser leather armrest piece, let me show you this. There is actually a slight difference in the back of the covers. So obviously you've got the cup holder in there, but this is the Toyota piece, this is the Lexus piece. And if you notice, the Lexus piece has this extra little ridge where the Toyota one does not, and that is for the cup holder mechanism. So this part will actually hit this guy right here. Oh, I'm sorry, this guy right here in the back. So what I'll need to do before I'm able to install the Lexus cup holders into the Toyota armrest is actually grind down this guy a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how far I'll need to grind, but I'll do it bit by bit, so that way I won't go too far, because you still want this leg to be pushing onto the back of the cup holder. That way it won't rattle or anything like that. Before I assemble everything, I wanted to show you guys what I ended up cutting. So obviously, I've got the two legs in the back that were cut significantly, I think about a ½ inch or so. But also these two legs in the front as well, because the mechanism actually hit both of them. And not only that, these little ribs right here, right next to the mounting holes, I had to grind down significantly. As you can see, that they're not, they used to be completely straight, now they have like a little like groove in them. That also hits with the cup holder mechanism. But other than that, I think it should fit really well. Actually, let me show you guys. If we put this guy in there, it actually snaps pretty flush, pretty much exactly how it's supposed to be, because you can see these screw holes are nice and flush up against the cup holder piece. But before I do that, let me clean up some of the plastic inside this to make sure it's nice and clean, and then we'll move to the next step. Now that everything is ready to go, I'm gonna have to use something to stick the back of the armrest to the cup holder mechanism. And for me, I think what I'm gonna use is the Toyota gasket maker. You can use, I'm sure you can use crazy glue, or any type of like glue, JB Weld or whatnot, but I think this stuff works pretty well. I mean, even for the what is it called, the oil pan, so I'm going to use it on this. And you know, honestly, it also hooks into the front little latch right here, plus you've got 4 screws. I think this guy should be adequate in making it not rattle. So anyways, let's get to it. And pretty much any little part that you see sticking up is going to touch the cup holder mech. You want to put a little dab of silicone or glue, whatever you're using, on it. That way it'll help stick. Kind of making a mess here, but it's okay. Nobody is ever gonna know. So there we go. We have all the little dabs of silicone in place. Now, let's try to put the cup holder mechanism in one last time. So I want to lift it up, tilt it up like this. I don't want it to push down onto the silicone tabs before it gets into the right position. So slide it all the way forward and slowly press it in. There we go. Now, all I have to do is put it back in the car, 4 screws. So now it's just a matter of lining this guy back up and putting the screws back in. Ta-da! Now for the moment of truth. Let's see if it'll actually close just like it did before. There we go. Everything fits underneath the Land Cruiser armrest. We've got the cup holders that will swing out. It's actually pretty nice. It stays in place. And this probably rattles a little bit, but oh well, that's fine. There we go. So that is it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that very, very easy install. And like I said, I don't know if Lexus sells just that inside cup holder piece by itself. They might make you buy the whole armrest. In that case, you know, you have to buy the leather piece and you gotta make sure it's the right color. And on top of all of that, I'm pretty sure it's really expensive. I don't know. What do you guys think? Worth the install or not? Do you really care for extra cup holders, or who cares? Leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, and for more Land Cruiser and Overland content just like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.